Yo, what is going on, guys? I am bringing you episode number 31 of the New Jersey Devils Be a GM. It's kind of been quite a long time. I do realize that, and I am sorry. But YouTube was sort of backtracked by a few things, and I'm finally back, and GM mode was definitely backtracked. But like I said again, we are finally back. Probably going to need a recap if people don't remember, because it's probably been about a week, maybe a bit more than... Nah, I'd say probably about 7-8 days since the last episode of episode 30 or whatever. And I know some of the comments were telling me to go after this guy on the Bruins, I believe. I will check that. Sprung, I don't know what his name is. I don't remember. But I do realize that the guy actually gets good. I've seen him in some other GM modes. I don't know how good his... Okay, his potential is not too good, to be completely honest. He got 60 points last year. He is definitely a really good pickup. He's got 99 for all the shooting categories. If we could trade someone like Gaborik, I don't think we'll be able to get away with that. They're definitely not going to want his contract, so we're not going to have to do Gaborik. To be completely honest, I don't know what we'd want to trade. I know Bouchard and Gaborik we want to get out of here. Did we trade Bouchard? I think we... Oh, no, he's right here. Bouchard and Gaborik. But, again, no one's going to want their contract, sadly. A Hudler, I mean, I wouldn't be too mad doing this. Hudler's definitely a pretty good player. I think he probably should have put up like 25, 30 points this season. So that's probably going to be more than Gaborik or Bouchard. But his value is worth a lot more, and his contract's honestly not too bad. A guy under 3 million getting 30 points, 40 points in this third line, maybe second line. It's not a terrible deal. Like Gaborik and Bouchard have a lot worse contracts for what they're going to give you. But if this deal could work out, I wouldn't be too mad. If we give up... What is this guy? I think he has 4 red stars. Yeah, 4 red stars. I could probably be ruining this, but I don't think he'll get better. Never seen him really get too good. If I can do these 2 players for Sprung, I'd be very happy. Does this go through? Nope. Isn't up to snuff. So I would be willing to give a third from Buffalo this year. No as well. I think the second will go through. So welcome to Team Sprung. No, wow, no. Not the second. I don't want to give the first next year. I'll give the second in 2021. Does that go through? No, it doesn't. And the third from Buffalo. Nope. Final deal. 2 seconds. I'll lower this about $1 million. Let's go through now. Wow. Well, that's why they aren't interested in what we're... Did they say they didn't want him? I didn't even read that. Okay, so... If I get rid of this and we'll go, I know again this isn't too fair, but instead of giving the first in 2021, which has sort of a lot of value, we'll give the first in 2022, which again, it's not really the fairest, but the value's not too high. The 21st probably would have been able to do straight up for him, so this value is a bit lower, so I feel like it's a bit more of a fair trade. But I just want to see what we have for goalies before we do this, because I preferably wouldn't want to do this trade. If we can give up, I mean, we have some good goalies, definitely. I would want to give up one of these guys. They have a lot of value, but they're so young they can get a lot better. Like, Wedgwood possibly is done. He might get to an 83, 84 at most. But, like, Zerwani and Brodeur can get to, like, 88, 89. Especially Zerwani. He can get to 88, 89 next year. So, I'm going to try this. Again, not the most fair thing in the world, but I think it should go through this time for sure. So again, not a huge fan of the trade in that first round pick, but we want to get a pretty good team, and we definitely need him. Now we're going to try to trade Gaborik, who sadly, he's got to go. I don't think any team's going to want him, and maybe not. Okay, they're not going to be able to take that contract. And I think that's it. No, St. Louis, okay, what would they want to give up for Gaborik? I mean, what do we have here? We want to get another 2-way forward. Where does that say it? 2-way. I mean, Pyarvi would be pretty solid. It could be a 4th liner, but I don't know if this would go through. We'll try Pyarvi and again, I feel like the whole contract situation for Gaborik's gonna make his value even less than that. But will this go through? No, it's not. If we do a third, would it go through? Nope. Would just PRV work? Not willing to take the contract to Gaborik. What do we have? We have 13 million. You know what? If we give 2 million in here, I know that's a lot, but if we give 2 million, you give us a second, will this go through? No, and a third. There we go. We got rid of Gabrick, which not a huge fan of getting rid of him because I sort of did want him, but he's just not going to fit on anywhere for us, really. Bouchard, is he going to be able to fit anywhere? I don't think anyone's going to really want him. He's got literally no trade value, and for like $4 million a year. He is willing to... Oh, St. Louis again. So, I don't know what we're able to get out of them this time. I don't really care who we get out. Ott would be pretty solid, but I don't know if that would work. I mean, his contract's not too good either, and he doesn't have too much value, but we'd have to probably give up something for him. I wouldn't be mad if we give up our third, but I don't think it's going to work. Okay, so it is close, but it's not there yet. If we give up our second next year, which... Again, don't really want to give up, but once you get into 2020, 2021, stuff like that, you're not really going to get much in the second and third round, so we're going to try this. I think it's going to work. Yes, it does. So Ott and PRV are our new third and fourth line players, as well as getting... Oh, gosh. As well as getting Sprung. Sorry. My nose is a bit clogged, but I'm not going to blow my nose, boys. But, yeah. I would say our team definitely got better after those trades. I mean, I'm going to do best lines real quick. Someone said put Clark at center. Does he have good face-offs? He does not have good face-offs. I'm not sure why Clark would go on center, but I think now something like this would be really sick. But again, I don't know. I don't know if Sprung should be on the first line. Probably should be a second line guy. But I mean, with that shooting, 99, 99, 85, 99. This guy has put up 62 points last year, probably like 79 overall or something, maybe 81. You look at Yakupov, he's got 1 in the 90s category, and this guy put up 45 points last year. Again, probably want to try this, put Yakupov there for the time. Hopefully he has a good season, but we will see. Again, Teravainen, I definitely want to keep him on the second line, but LeBlanc's got to go there. He's 85. But I don't know, it's hard. I like Hornquist down there. I like Ott down there. I don't know if I want Mateau or PRV. PRV had 20. He's probably going to get us 20 points this year, to be honest. Mateau probably like 15, I'm guessing. I mean, that year was solid, but I don't think he's really gotten much better. But he can get better still. So, power forward with playmaker, sniper. I'd rather have the two-way forward for sure. This guy right here, don't like him. He's got to go. We got to get someone better in his place. Do we have anyone to replace him with? Holland. So why is Holland not starting? I mean, this game. But now it makes it even worse for us. Okay, but now we could definitely put Holland there. I think Holland doesn't have too good of face-offs. Nope. So this wouldn't be the worst of situations. But again, I'm not liking the whole... Teravainen on the third line. I know a lot of comments where people were like, whoa, this guy got 40 points on the third line, and you should definitely put him on the second line, but now we have LeBlanc here, and again, LeBlanc, oh no, LeBlanc is not even that young anymore. Never mind, we'll put Teravainen up there, a playmaker with 2 snipers. Both these guys should be able to put up like 15, 20 goals this year. Hopefully the first line can each put up 60 points or more. Hornquist, I'm not really sure what he's going to do for us. LeBlanc, not sure what he's going to do for us either, but we will have to see. And now our deep pairing is a bit different. I think it's definitely a bit better. How old is Honka? Like 22? Yes, he is. Wow, pretty good guess. But, I mean, I like our defense, to be honest. We don't have a top 2 defenseman, really. We've got, like, 3 top 4s and 3 top 6s. So, it's not terrible, but it's not amazing. In our goalie situation, I really like that. I'm going to put Clark up there. What else? I think Larson instead of Barry. That's probably gonna be it. We don't have really a franchise player right now. There's no like 87, 88 players on defense or anything like that, or forward. But I think we're gonna try to roll with this and see what we do. So yeah, let's get right into the news, and by that I mean let's get right into the season. We'll simulate our first 10 games. So 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we'll simulate up to Carolina, hoping we could do pretty good. Krug, wow. So before I say no, we're gonna see who else is there. So this is a guy we just traded, but I'm not gonna pick him up. That wouldn't be fair. But Krug, I would definitely want. I don't know why. Oh, okay, maybe not. I forgot this sim is like 5 years in, so Krug is not gonna get any better. He's 78 overall. No, thank you. If he's like 81, 82, I would definitely take him for an offensive defenseman, but for 78 overall, $2 million, I think he was a receiver. If he was 1.1, then that wasn't bad, but for $2 million, not the greatest, to be honest. Okay, so a nice win there. Teravainen, nice. But we do lose that game. Another one there. Sprung has 2 goals already, so that is solid. This guy could really be the real deal for us. I've seen him in other GMs get to like 86, 87, getting 30, 40 goals. So that would be really solid, especially for what we traded for him. I mean, it wasn't really a lot. I mean, it does sort of suck we lost Gabrick. That guy possibly could get 20, 30 goals, but he is getting older and he's really dropped. He dropped to like 82 overall. The guy was an 87, I think, at first when we first started the sim. He's went from playing first line time to third line time. What do we have here? That guy was Brule. They're on. That's about it, but we'll keep simulating there, I guess. So yeah, we got to go to Carolina game right there. We're 4-2, not bad at all. Sprung has basically a goal per game. If he can get 2 this game, he will actually have a goal per game. But as long as we get the win, we don't get the win. But Sprung is now he has 11 points in 7 games. That is really, really good. I mean, our team is not doing the greatest. 5-3, not terrible, but not amazing. But we will see what happens. If we can win these next 2 games, then we're doing really good, and that trade was amazing. But if we do lose the next 2, then maybe we have to make a few more trades, because our team, I feel, is capable of being a top team. I feel like our team, depth-wise, is probably some of the best in the whole league. Even goalie-wise, we have a great 1 and 1A, 1A, 1B pairing on goalie. We don't really have an elite, like, 90 overall goalie, but we have an 80, is it 87 and 86? I think Schneider's an 87, but we're going to simulate this game real quick. If we can win it, that's great. If we lose, it's not the worst. We're still a pretty good record, but we'll see. So first period, Sprung scores his 8th, I believe. Matos scores, Teravainen scores, but Semen does score. Second period and third period. So Honka does score a power play goal, so that is nice. I always want to see him get some goals to get better. But, I mean, it looks like, looking at our team is so young, which is really solid. But we will have to see. Young might not be the greatest for now. Kind of want most of our players to be around 25, 28, but it's good if they're younger anyway, they can get better. But Matos first, Sprung's 8th, Honka's 2nd. Who is the 3 stars? Leon Clark's had 3 assists, so that is solid for him. I don't know how many goals he has, but he's probably putting up some assists. And we will see some of the stats, I guess, real quick before we see if we want to do any trades. Again, I don't really want to do any trades, but I have a bad feeling that my boy Yakupov is not tearing it up, but we'll have to see, obviously. He may be possibly tearing it up, but I'm just going to go on a wild guess and say he's not. I don't know why I checked here. I don't know really what I'm doing, to be honest. I'm supposed to go to stats, not roster moves, and then edit lines. I don't know what I'm doing, so sorry for that. But yeah, stats is located not on the screen. It is located right there. Okay, team standings. I'm guessing we are a powerhouse for goals for. I'm gonna guess that. I may be wrong. Okay, we're not a powerhouse, but we're top 5 in the league. Goals against, not too good at all. Again, I said our defense wasn't amazing. It has pretty good depth, but we don't have a top 2. But it's not terrible. I mean, we don't have a single 70 on there. Lowest is an 81, then an 83, so it's not terrible. But again, for a top 2 pairing, it's not amazing. Power play wise, we're meh. If we can get that to like 19%, I'd be happy, or 18% wouldn't even be terrible, but we got to go for the whole year. Penalty kill, that's really, really good. Anything above 85% is fine for me. 5-1 at home, 2-2 away, so away we're not the greatest, but again, I think most of the stuff is just randomized, so maybe throughout the year we'll get a little bit better. But usually I always finish off with a better home than away record. There was one season where, for a random GM, I got like a 3-to-1 ratio for away to home or whatever. So let's check what everyone's doing. So centers, Teravainen on the 3rd line. Excuse my French, on the 2nd line. I forgot we put him back up there. Has 9 points. So that is awesome. 7 here. That's pretty good. Yeah, it's actually, I mean, 1st line though. He's getting 2nd line. Maybe we bring Teravainen up to the 1st line for once. I mean, I don't think he's really considered a 2nd line guy. He could possibly be. But, I mean, 85, yeah, he's probably a 2nd line guy, so we could try that. Put Teravainen into the 1st line, and then put Leon in the second line. Ott with 4 points is not bad at all, to be honest. I don't know how many. I think he played one game on whatever team. I think he was on the Blues. I think he played one game on the Blues. LeBlanc 4, not the greatest, but he is playing third line time, so it's not terrible. He's -3 though, so we'll see. Holland, that's not good at all. Holland is, I'd say, definitely a trade asset. He's not going to probably put up more than 40 points ever. He's fairly young. His contract is not the greatest. He's only got 1 year left, so I'd probably want to trade him now. He's probably going to want 3.5 to 4 million next year for a guy who's going to put up maybe 30 points for us playing third line, because we have a ton of people right now. We don't have any real first line players. We have a ton of like second line guys. Clark has 9 points. That is really good. This guy's only 21 years old. Got 60 points last year. That might have been his first year in the NHL. It's really insane what some of these guys can do. Montages 3, Pyarvi. I thought he was going to be good for us, but I mean, he's not a minus guy, so that's not terrible. And he's only getting paid, I think, like $1 million. Oh no, 2.3 basically. So he might just go at the end of the season, but he's working for our team right now. Two-way forward, playing fourth line. Not terrible. Not point-wise, it's pretty bad, but he's not negative. Minus, I would say. Sprung, 15 points in 10 games. Thank you so much whoever told me to do this trade. I didn't realize this guy, like, was literally so good already. He's only 83 overall, and he's probably going to put up, I'd say, 70 points this season if he plays the first line. 15 points, 10 games, 21 years old, 83 overall. His shooting category is unreal. His puck skills category is really good. His census is, well, it doesn't really matter to be completely honest, but his offensive awareness is good. Skating wise, that's not too good. Physical, not too good. And defense is alright. Defense is definitely not terrible though. He's a pretty good guy defensively. He's not an Ovechkin. But yeah, Nylander 12, that's really good as well. Yakupov 6, not the greatest. If Sprung's playing the second line, then we may need to move Sprung to the first line, to be honest. Hornquist 4, I'm not going to be mad there, to be honest, at all. And defenseman, wow. That's actually really good for Larson. 7 points in 10 games for a two-way defenseman. And Honka has 4 points for a offensive defenseman. And then everyone else is just trailing behind. I mean, Merrill's first line, I believe, and has 0 points. Not the greatest. Goalie-wise, 6-2 for Schneider. Average goals against average. Pretty good save percentage. And then for Zerwani, not really good at all. That's terrible, but he's only played 3 games. But again, we don't want him to keep playing 3 games out of every 10 and getting that type of performance. But let's quickly look at our team. And yeah, Sprung has 15 points on the second line. We're moving him to the first line. Teravainen, I would try him on the first, but we're going to leave him here. Yakupov, Nylander. I think Yak should be able to put up some points in this line as well. Nylander and Teravainen are both putting up some points right now anyway. So he should be able to do it now. And he's playing against the team's... Usually, he should be playing against the team's second line defensemen and second line forwards and stuff, but we will have to see. And I think that's it, to be honest. I don't think there's any other movements. I guess we'll just try this in case it randomly does anything if we switch these guys up. But yeah, what do we have for defense? We're going to bring back Barry to the first line instead of Merrill. Merrill has no points at all. And I guess we'll leave everything else. We'll do this just in case. And yeah, everything else should be good, and we'll simulate the next 5. No, we'll simulate 10 more, and we're going to call this episode. We're going to call it, and we're going to see what happens. So we have 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and we will call the episode after this. Okay. Against the Sharks, who are a fairly average team, we get a 1-0 loss, so that offensive surge I thought was going to happen did not happen, but... We didn't play a terrible defensive game. It might have went to... no, it didn't go to a shootout. But against the Rangers, 1-0 win. So our offense kind of shriveled up. But I guess bringing Barry to the first line made our team defensive juggernaut. 3-1 win. So our defense is really playing good. Teravainen has 8 assists. So again, maybe after these next 10 games in the next episode, we will bring Teravainen up. But it seems like that lineup change, bringing Yakupov down and Barry up, makes our team a ton better defensively. I mean, we haven't let in more than 3 goals in the 4 games we simulated. We let in 1 goal, I think, 3 times. So, we were doing fairly good defensively, but our offense really died out. Against the Ducks, okay, there's a big offensive game. We don't want Vitality. We don't know. I don't know how old he is. If he's under, no, don't want him. Yeah, don't want him. No, thank you. 10-6, not the worst, not the greatest. Larson, most penalty minutes. Schneider has all but 1 win. And another loss, 1-0 loss. So again, our offense kind of died out. Again, even that 2-1 offense basically is dead. So I'm not really liking that. That's meaning a lot of guys who I thought were going to get X amount of points probably won't if we're only winning games like 2-1, 1-0. But still, Sprung probably has maybe 20 points by now, possibly. We will see. I'm going to say 18 for Sprung. He probably has 7 assists or so, maybe 8 assists. But we will see against the last game against Detroit for this simulation. First period, Kindle gets a power play goal. I mean, okay, I guess so. Second period, Weiss scores from there, which makes sense. But last period, we do get 2 goals, but it doesn't matter because Zetterberg scores. He's probably like 37 right now, 38. And Barry gets a power play goal, and Nylander scores off a deflection, and Helm buries an empty netter in the back of the net to give them a 4-2 win. That is Barry's first, Nylander's 9th. Nylander almost has 10 goals already for a second line guy. So, and Larson's also doing pretty good. Merrill finally picks up a point. Nylander gets a 2-point performance, and so does Barry. But it doesn't matter because it all comes off of a loss. So we're just going to go to here, and we're going to end this episode off. But if you guys enjoyed the episode, please leave a like. It honestly does mean a lot. And again, big thanks to you guys for these trades. I was going to get rid of Gabrick and Bouchard anyway, but I wasn't sure where I was thinking about just trading them for like a 3rd and 2nd round pick each, but instead we got Sprung, who is unreal, and I think he could be our X factor during the regular season and the playoffs. So if you guys enjoy this episode, please leave a like, and I will see you guys next time.